Hello, 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 Taurus. Welcome. Happy day, whatever day you're watching this on. I won't say what day I'm recording on. So let's get started. For those of you that are brand new, though, my name is Patty. I'm an empath that does intuitive tarot and also intuitive coaching. I also do life balance coaching and health coaching, and you can get that information below. I also do one-on-one readings. So if you'd like to have a one-on reading, if I can talk right, that's good. Um, and these are divine driven. So mine are using intuitiveness and downloads from the divine or whoever he sends through. I also use astrology and numerology in my readings, so they're a little bit different than other tarot readers. So I hope you enjoy this. For those of you that are returning, thank you for showing up again. And if you've supported my channel by subscribing, thank you so much. I appreciate it. The more subscriptions I get, the more that I know I'm doing something right. So thank you. I appreciate that. You're appreciated so very much for watching me. So this week, guys, there is a full moon in Virgo. My full moon. Yay. Anyway, let's see what we have to say. There is going to be some really hard changes with this full moon. We are doing this the 22nd. We just got out of the Mercury retrograde. If you're watching this after I have recorded, the Mercury retrograde ended the 20th. Yes. Oh my gosh. So if you're feeling a little bit of relief, it's because the Mercury retrograde is gone on the 20th. Yes. So if you're watching this recorded, then that's what that is. So the full moon is coming in. There's going to be a little bit difficulty in change. Somebody's really not wanting to change that much, but that is just the way it's going to be. We have to change. Times are changing. Times are growing. Nothing is going to be the same as it was before, so we just have to sort of accept it. So this is through the 22nd through the end of the month. The last day. Can you believe? Well, this is a short month, but still, holy tamale. But let's get started. So for those of you that have not seen my channel before, I'm going to pick 3 oracles this time. The first oracle is for the divine, basically past, how you've been handling and doing your past, and then the current energies for this week, and then the following is the third card is for the future energies. The divine is asking us to really pay attention to our decisions and choices in how we do that. So the past card for this week is the deer. Now, the deer is very gentle, very kind. It's also knows its place in the animal kingdom. It knows it's also a predator, or is prey for a lot of animals out there. So it's a lot, has to do with your chain of command, probably maybe work. Also, too, in your choices and decisions in your family, because there is sort of a hierarchy in family, your friends, your lovers, all that kind of stuff. And the number is 4. So in numerology, 4 is about stability, being stable, growing things to be more on an even keel, more on a the diplomacy. You actually really are hitting our roles in what we are supposed to be. Is fine. I'm not saying female, male. I'm just saying in our roles in where we are in our life. Like at work, we're a busy bee. Unless you're in management, then you're management. So there is hierarchy and everything. So this week energy, 22nd through the 28th, this was a common energy last week. This is the novice. Again for Taurus. I don't know if we did Taurus, the novice for last week, or it was a different sign. However, novice has to be something new. Something's beginning. Something's a little, it's the number 5. So it's a little unstable. It's still not quite sure of itself. Still trying to learn something new. And so it's a little bit unstable, but it's also practice. So as a novice, to get to the immediately, you got to practice, and that's got to be consistency. So what in your week this week, it has to be more consistent, things that you have to grow a little bit more in, whether it's skill or knowledge or wisdom, or what is sort of unstable that needs to grow into from novice to beginner to intermediate kind of a thing. What is that in your life this week? Because again, in your past about the diplomacy, and this I'm hearing, and this probably is not you, but it is probably oh, okay. Well, we'll address that at the end, okay? I'll take any questions at the end. If you have questions, not a problem. I just don't want to lose the energies and who's trying to come through at this time at the real beginning, because sometimes I like to respect whoever is coming through with their wisdom on the other side. So definitely, that's what this is for. That's why the chats are open, so you can ask questions. So the thing is with this, though, what is going on here? There is a level of something in your past that maybe what I heard before that was somebody has a problem with somebody's having problem with authority. I couldn't think of the word for a second. So it's like they don't like the chain of command. They don't like the idea of, the male role model is supposed to be the not breadwinner, but supposed to be more about discipline, supposed to be more about leadership, that kind of a thing. They're like, no, I'm the leader. I, do that. So somebody has a little bit of a kerfuffle with that. And this is what needs to be addressed this week, guys, because it's all about perception for the future. These go hand in hand so easy. I know what he's saying already, because this is the number 6. Number 6 is about improvement. It is about growth. It's potential. It's about also, too, ambition. But a lot of what we do, guys, is through our own perception or somebody else's perception. So when we do that, we have to see if we're really going through our diplomacy and what we're moving and learning. Are we really paying attention? Are we really saying, okay, you know what? Yes, I am the novice this time. I need to hush up. I need to listen because I need to learn something. I need to learn another person's perspective. So when I learn that perspective, that's your future. When you learn that perspective, then what happens is you open a whole new door. It's like being an empath. If I didn't allow my audio abilities, I could not have opened that door and let those abilities grow. And those grew into something else, and those grew into something else. And it's like a domino effect. So if somebody's having problems with authority or doesn't agree with the way that the hierarchy is, then that is something to work on this week. Because for someone, they're looking at it earthbound. They're not looking at it spiritual bound. They're not looking at it second dimensional. They're looking at it first dimensional. And with that, what I mean is because they're going by everything they can see, that's first dimension. When they go by everything that they can see, that's how they base truth on. It's not true. Anything that really, a lot of the times you got to look at the unseen to get the truth. So any decisions that I make, I go to the second dimension before I even open my mouth to the first dimension. Yeah. Okay, so we have the first card out is the 8 of Cups. This is in relation to your heart, guys. And then we've got a little bit of everything going on here. So we've got the 8 of Cups. We have the Page of Pentacles. We have the 7 of Swords, and then we have the 4 of Swords. So somebody's losing sleep, definitely. Somebody is not taking care of themselves because something 2 and 2 is not adding up to 4 for somebody. So something's just not right. Somebody's not paying attention to something. I don't know what it is in their life. However, I think it is something in relation to your work. Maybe there's a problem at work. However, there is truth in here that needs to be found because we have the 7 of Swords and then we have the 4 of Swords. The 7 of Swords is all about betrayal, on not trusting somebody getting away with something, and then somebody's losing sleep over it. But also too, they're having a hard time resting, put it that way. When you have a hard time resting, it's all because something is occupying your mind. You're allowing to occupy your mind more on an earthly. If you do spiritual, it doesn't occupy your mind as much. When I have every storm falling upon me, every single storm, even my daughter says, "How do you do it?" Because I can go to bed and fall asleep in 5 minutes. It's like, "Do you want to talk to me?" Because I'm going to shut my brain down and I'm going to go to sleep. And my daughter's like, "Hey, can I ask you a question before you go to sleep?" Because no matter how many problems I have, I can shut my brain down. It's a technique that you learn when you're doing, somebody might be going through some heartache here. A technique that you learn while you're doing martial arts, but also too, it's a technique you can train your brain to shut it down. And it does take consistency and practice, like a novice. If it's something that you want to do, if you're not able to fall asleep really, really well, it is a technique that you learn in martial arts, but you can learn it even in my coaching. I can teach you how to do that. It's all about emptying your brain for the night. And then that way you get a restful sleep. Also on top of it. So somebody's not doing that. Somebody's overactive in the mind. This is the full moon energy coming through as well. You're overactive in your mind. You're overactive in your thinking. You're overactive. Overactive drama is what I heard. Lovely. That is all because it's your perception. You're not paying attention to somebody else's perception. Remember, it's about diplomacy. So the deer goes in very quiet. Have you ever watched a deer? A deer is very quiet in how they move. It's very quiet in how they communicate. It's very quiet and usually very slow and easygoing, very balanced. And that's an energy that is really taught and trained because they're prey. They know that the more noisy they are, the more whatever, they could be dinner for somebody. So this is a really key thing with the gentleness of the deer. We really need to find out what it is that we need to work on deep inside for us to learn something new. We're always learning something new. If somebody says, "I already know anything," I already know everything. There's some people out here like this. You got to be careful, guys. If somebody comes to you, especially women, men, doesn't matter. If they say, "Yeah, I already know it. I already know it. Everything I know. Yep, I know it." You better run. That's a dangerous person to be around. A know-it-all person is a very dangerous person to be around. Not healthy, very toxic, can't teach, can't learn, can't do anything with that person. Run. Run! All right. Is that upside down? No. Okay, so we have the Knight of Swords. Again, this is about truth for somebody. Because this 2 and 2 is not adding up to 4. There's something sort of hidden behind a curtain, something sort of hidden behind, because again, we have betrayal here. So when we have betrayal, we sort of question and doubt. If you have to question and doubt, this is for somebody in a relationship. I don't know who this is for. However, if you have to question and doubt every move, did they go where they said? Did they talk to who they were? Were they texting somebody? If you have to doubt, you need to go. If you have to doubt and they don't want to show, they don't want to share, they want to create confusion, they want to create doubt, they want to create that's a liar. That's either a man boy or it's a man girl. Run, because you won't get this with that kind of a person. And this, look at this, it's running away. So for somebody's got a relationship that is in this way and is running away. Because you can't have the family, you can't have the love, you can't have all that commitment with it being lies and starting out as lies. All right. So that's for somebody. Again, we've got somebody with work that's being betrayed at work. And then we've got somebody that actually is in a relationship that somebody's playing behind the curtain that shouldn't be playing behind the curtain. I don't know why you're using that scenario this week. What are you going to use that for this week? Curtains. What about curtains? If you notice in my readings, I don't pick these themes at all. This is the divine coming through, like, you know, the putting the old in the new, you know, the snake in the skin and all that kind of. He's very, very interesting. I call him a he, but he's just energy, so that you know that where I'm coming from. The divine is energy. It's not a he, she, whatever you want to call it. It is divine. It is energy. It is frequency. It is vibrations. That is divine. All right, so we have the Six of Wands, the Four of Pentacles, always seems to be there, and then we have Strength. So again, for somebody here, you gotta get this sword. The sword is about the truth. You've got to get to the truth of the matter. It's sort of like I probably shouldn't say this, but if somebody I go out with or I meet or somebody wants to come into my circle with my criminal justice background, yes, I do background checks. It's this time and day and age that, you know what, I can do it. I'm going to do it because if you're going to lie to me, I want to make sure that I got it before you did. So I cut it off. Boop. If they're lying like no tomorrow. So this is something that's happening. Lying doesn't work. Lying doesn't help. And as somebody, and you'll ruin everything. So it'll ruin the diplomacy, the hierarchy of whatever you're in, a relationship, work, or whatever. In novice, here's the thing about betrayal or hiding or keeping secrets or something. This is really good. This is a good timing if this is happening to you, because you're a novice at the moment to detect the red flags of somebody else's bad habits, put it that way, and your perception is going to get keener and keener and keener. So that is really good this week, is something new that you are learning in how to read people a little bit better. This is really good because you become very, very good at it. So the six of Wands is about victory, moving forward. I did it, along with divine, because the divine will give you intuition and saying, you know what, this isn't adding up. You better, look into this. And you're like, no, I really love him. It's okay. It's fine. And in reality, it's like, no, he's lying. Oh, but he's so perfect for me. No, he's really not. I'm trying to show you, but oh my gosh, I can't. You want to hold on to something that isn't real. You want to hold on to the illusion. You want to hold on to the lies, and then you're going to need strength to come out of it. I've been coaching a couple ladies this week that have gone through this very, very thing. They're married or they're separated, and then they get in this relationship, and then they're like, oh, but he's my twin flame. She's my twin flame. And lo and behold, they don't belong to you. But the thing is, it does. You want to hold on to something that doesn't belong to you, or somebody else wants to hold on to something that belongs to them. It's like they want the cake and eat it too. I'm sorry, but that frosting's pretty old and bad. Nasty, nasty. You can't have two. Can't have your cake and eat it too. Anyway, so I'm silly a little bit. But no, in all reality, you have to let go. If somebody's in a relationship here that is married or they're separated, they don't belong to you. You got to release that energy before you can bring a new energy. Because you know what? If you don't release that energy that was with that other person, husband or wife or whatever, then what happens is that energy follows them, and now you're attached to both energies. And it's a very, very low vibrational energy because somebody's lying and deceitful. Not good. Not good. I don't know who this is for. And the knight is saying, run. Run. Because here's the thing. It's ruining your chance at this family, at this everything you have wanted. It's not going to happen. I've coached too long. 9 times out of 10, I'm going to leave her. I'm going to leave him. I'm going to leave her. I'm going to leave him. Never happens. 9 times out of 10, they don't. Or if they say they do and they do, they're still going back to them because that energy is attached. It's a soul tie. It's an energy. Okay, let's get out of that. Let's go back to a different energy. Okay, Divine, can I have a different energy, please? because somebody's just losing rest over all of this. And you know what? Somebody is lying to themselves saying, you know what? They're my soul tie. They're my twin flame. And you know what? I'm going to do everything, whatever, to keep it. Well, if you don't mind being cheated on yourself, because that's what's going to happen. Anyway, I've been a coach too long. All right. So, 3 of Swords. I can't make this up. Remember I showed you the 3 of Swords earlier with the heart and the swords going through it? Somebody's going to get hurt. Queen of Pentacles. Power. This is an authority thing. This is a power thing. This is a manipulation thing for somebody. This is really a good, it sounds horrible because then we have the 9 of Wands again, sleep deprived, sleep issues, can't focus, that kind of, this is actually a good thing for you guys. Oh gosh, I'm at 20 already. This is a good thing for you guys because this is a wake-up call to really evaluate your values, your morals, everything, because as something starts new inside of you and value yourself and have respect for yourself, this is actually an awakening time to sit there and say, aha, okay, 2 and 2 aren't adding up to 4. And you have to have strength to confront anybody, whether it be work, whether it be a lover, whether it be a partner, whether it be, a family, to confront them. This is something new. This is good. I've been through this a long time ago. However, and I'm too blunt. But the thing is, it becomes a point where you have to learn how to respect yourself, how to have value in yourself, self-worth in yourself. And again, like I said earlier, it is going to allow you to have a much keener, clear perception and of that other person. You're going to catch red flags. You're going to see the red flag. You're going to run from the red flag rather than go towards the red flag. This is a huge, huge thing for you guys in the future. Huge. This is huge. So let's do the full moon energy for this, and then I'll go ahead and do your questions. Uh-oh, my cards are upside down and backwards. Let me straighten these out real quick. I was doing a bunch of other things, and I had flipped cards all over the place because I don't want anything to come in reverse that's not supposed to come in reverse for you guys. So I always start out with them, and sometimes they flip and come in reverse. Okay, so this is for the full moon. Now, the full moon energy here this week is going to be a little bit in relation to this too. Hard to change. It wants to, but it is having a difficult time to. However, it will change because you've got the number 10 here. You've got the number 1. Things going to end, new beginnings. And this is a good card to begin with. So this is really, really good. Really, really good. But it's going to be hard. I'm not going to lie to you. I will never lie to you. It is going to be hard. There is going to be some heartbreak in doing this. Let me tell you. Here's a thing I saw this week. It may hurt my heart right now, but it will heal my soul. There's something like that in the future. So definitely, let your heart hurt now because it's helping your soul for the future. The divine wants to make you better. He doesn't want you to be living in whoever this is. Somebody's creeping around that shouldn't be creeping around and lying and being deceitful. I don't know who that is. Anyway, also the other thing at the very end is the diplomacy. Somebody's having a problem with the diplomacy, the hierarchy of work or home or whatever, and that has to be addressed. This is something new, an energy that actually is new, that is learning how to do it. Yes. This is a week to really, like I said, remember earlier, I can't say this. Now, this is the moon's energy. This is going to be a time of commitment to yourself to begin to change your thought process and things, to actually work on getting rid of the negative aspects in your life and changing them to a more healthy aspect, because that's the number 8. We have the number 9, very intense. It's a growing energy. And then you have the Wizard of Awareness, which is all about acknowledging that you need to learn something new, a new way of doing something, because it's going to open your perception, not only to the earth world, the one dimensional, it's going to open it to the second dimensional. So this is really, really huge for you guys. This is an awakening moment. And this is also, too, the planets, the squaring of the planets. Mercury's now gone. The full moon in Virgo is very, very focused in. This is a time to focus in on bettering your mindset and listening to your intuition. All right. Woohoo! We got through it. Big one. Okay, B. It's been so draining and confusing at one point. I feel so much self-love, but then all of the negativity comes in and I can't even trust my, oh wow, I didn't even realize this was going on. I didn't know that this was the reading that I was doing. So a feeling of blank. Oh no, don't ever apologize. That's fine. That don't ever apologize. That's okay. A lot of people don't realize what I do. There's not too many tarot people that will leave a chat open or even do lives. But I really think while the energies are really active, it's really important to go ahead and read that. I hope you got some of this, B, if you're still there from the reading, because if you cannot trust, that is not. That is either a self-healing issue, or two, if he has proven that there is something to be not trusted to, that's something that you want to walk away from. Because here's the thing, you'll be questioning him all the time until he proves himself. He needs to go away so that he can prove himself if he really, really is meant to be with you. So that is something that's really, really hard. Again, and while he's away, this gives you a time to actually hone in on this new skill, this new mindset of really paying attention to, are his words meeting his actions? Because I'm telling you right now, that is the number one thing in all the coaching and empath. It doesn't take me but a few hours at the most to even know if I'm going to trust that person in the future. Because if I can ask certain questions so that you can trip them up to see if what they said before is the same as what they're going to say now, even if it's a day between, and they'll forget. Because if somebody's telling so many lies, they can't keep it up in their head. They can't figure it out unless they are a master at lying. Then you will be able to, but you will be able to then have your perception. Now, here's another thing too, B. Yeah, third party, yeah. And yeah, that's not, yeah, that is really low energies. Yeah, that's something you need to walk away from. Here's the thing, because as we get healthy in our mindset and we get stronger in our mindset, so, and we learn to be able to know what is fact and what is not, then what happens is our perception, we will be able to turn around with that strength card, and we will be able to say, okay, this is my perception of this. Okay. So I'll share a scenario. I'm not going to share names, but this person shared that, they were in a relationship, they were leaving, and the woman was single, she was free, she had no ties, but because that person says, well, I'm not sure, I'm going to leave, we've been together, I've not been happy, I just want love, I want this or that. However, through the process, the indication is that their words that were being used they were never going to leave. But their actions were saying they're never going to leave. Their words were saying, I want to leave. I'm going to leave. So when you've got two things not matching up, then you need to run. If there is a husband that has, I'll tell you another thing about exes. Okay, whatever's going on, that's not my business. However, I'm going to tell you not only from cards, I'm going to tell you from divine, I'm going to tell you from spirit, I'm going to tell you from wisdom, from the other side as well. Whenever there is another person that is attached, like a Capricorn's attached, the past follows with them. Those energies are not healthy. Those are low vibrational, low frequency, because you cannot move on with that person and have new, fresh energies, because the old energies are attached if they're allowing it. So if there's an ex involved, then that person needs to go bye-bye before this new relationship can start. If the other person doesn't want to release the ex, then it's bye-bye, because you cannot start something new. You cannot. This is where the betrayal comes in, because you don't know if they're on the other side, if they're going after it on the other side while you're sitting here wondering if you can trust them. You can't live a life like that. That is so low vibrational, low energy, low everything. All right. Doesn't matter if he's a Cancer, Capricorn, Taurus, or whatever. This is not a sign issue. This is definitely not a sign issue. This is an integrity. This is a morals issue. Yeah, he needs to stay out of your life, honey. I'm really, really sorry, but if you were in a coaching session with me, we would be talking about ending that and moving on, because not only is it first dimensional, second dimensional, it's an absolute no. Until that person gets completely unattached, doesn't have their ex in their life or whatever, that is an absolute no. I'm sorry to say that, and I know it hurts, but again, we've got the 3 of Hearts here. It is painful while you go through it, but again, if you feel the pain, you get through it, it makes you stronger. And you know what? The other thing too is the divine is saying, you are stopping me from allowing this other beautiful person to come in. I've got this person that I want you. You don't have to worry about. You don't have to stress. You don't have to wonder. You don't have to do anything. He doesn't have an ex. I'm waiting to give you this person, but I can't until you let go of that person. And you know what? You'll miss that opportunity, because sometimes he'll give that person to somebody else, and they'll have a beautiful, beautiful life. So you got to be really, really careful. And it doesn't matter the signs in this case. Yeah, he's a Cancer. Yeah, well, and plus, Cancers are so freaking moody anyway. They're like this. So anyway, but I hope that helps. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And then you can also hit the bell and know when I'm on, because I do all my readings live. But also, too, you can always, always, always message me or email me a question. I'm always answering them. If you make a comment, I'm always going to answer those, too. So I hope this has helped. Again, if you need coaching, again, I do coaching. You can see the information down below. Or if you want a one-on-one reading. However, these readings are intuitive, a lot of them. So this is not mine. This is the divine that comes through and shares this information with me to share with you. So I hope that helped. And I know, yeah, it sucks. Let me tell you. Well, he may say, words are easy to say, honey. Actions are harder to explain it. And you can say that. And if you want to believe that, then you tell him to prove it. If he's said he's changed and you feel that's true, make sure there's no ex around then. Say, you know what, the ex can't come around if we're gonna be a couple, because we need to focus in on you, because that energy will follow. That's like people sleeping together and they're married. It's like you're bringing all those energies together, and it's very destructive energies when you do that. So I really, really, hope the best. I would love to hear from you in the future and how it goes. So again, please subscribe. And say hello too. I love to know where my viewers are. So thank you, you guys. This is Taurus for the 22nd through the 28th. I am going to do a full moon reading probably on the 28th or 27th. Excuse me, that's Sunday. I don't like to do readings on Sundays. I like to have one day off. So I think I'll probably do it on Saturday, the 26th. So yeah. So I hope this helped. I hope you, whatever you're working on for your spiritual awakening this week, learn something new. All right. I will talk to you soon. And thank you for coming in. Thank you, B. I appreciate you coming in and asking. Don't forget to message me if you need to. All right. Take care.